Thank you, Marie-Louise, for having this chat with me. Firstly, tell me, how did you get into your career? Where did it all start for you?
It all started quite a long time ago now. Our company's been running for, I just counted, 23 years. While I was studying, I did an honors degree in environmental science at UCT. So while I was doing that, I got into river guiding as a like a holiday kind of varsity job. And then once I finished studying, I worked for an NGO for a few years that was in community-based tourism. And then my husband started a river company. And for a while, he ran it on his own. And then we had our first child. And I basically took maternity leave and started working for Gravity and never went back to real work. And I've been working for our company ever since.
That is amazing. A very new change and a good change, I might add. It brings me to my next question. What do you like most about your career? You say that you just left everything, the real world, to help out. Why?
Well, in actual fact, what I studied and what I do now, there is a lot of overlap. Because essentially what our company is all about and always has been is ecotourism. So it's all nature-based tourism, it's all outdoor adventure stuff. So right from the beginning, we've been kind of running trips that fit the definition of ecotourism, working with local communities, all of that kind of thing. So it wasn't as big a change as one might have thought. It just gave me a chance to put into practice what I had studied, which was amazing, obviously.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Marie-Louise, tell me, what do you think tourists or travelers should know about your job? What it entails? What do you think what they should know?
Well, when you run your own small business, you actually don't have a job description. Your job description is just like everything. So whether it's marketing or advertising, writing blogs and articles, dealing directly with clients, answering the same questions over and over because people usually ask the same questions. We deal with all of it. My husband and I basically deal with all of it. We do have an amazing person in our office, Sonia Peterson. She's also been working for us almost since day one. And she's also a Jill of all trades, as we call her. So she does admin, bookings, helps with the accounting. So we all wear lots of hats and we all do lots of jobs. And that's just how it is when you run your own business. And although that means that you are responsible for everything, it also means that you can, when possible, determine your own hours, and you've got that flexibility to not be watching the clock all the time. You can arrange your schedule in a way that suits you rather than suits a boss, which is always a bonus.
That is true. That is very true. Flexibility comes in very handy when you have your own business and scheduling your own time. What was the funniest or the quirkiest thing that you have heard from travelers during this COVID times?
To be honest, I didn't hear much funny during the worst part of the lockdown, mainly because our clients are largely South African based. We have a fair number of overseas tourists that come obviously in the summertime and do short adventures with us. But the core of our business is South African families. So we just kind of went completely dead for about 3 months. I think everyone was in a state of shock and not even able to think beyond the following week and whether they'd have a job and all of those kinds of issues. So there wasn't much amusement going on at the height of the lockdown. But then once things started opening up again, and we started getting inquiries again, then you could just feel that sense of happiness and joy that everyone was just so keen to get out and about. And although that wasn't funny as such, it was incredibly uplifting to kind of experience that.
Can only imagine. And there's still a lot of businesses starting to open, and people are looking forward to go out there and have fun and take their family out of the cageness that the lockdown brought for the past 4 5 months. It brings me to my next question, Marie-Louise. What do you, or what would you say or do to make travelers feel safe and put their minds at ease when they would visit your business, or, you know?
Look, the great thing about adventure tourism in general, and our business in particular, we do basically multi-day rafting trips on the Orange River in the Northern Cape. And then we also have a whole range of day trips or short adventures that we do around Cape Town: sea kayaking, coast steering, kloofing, you know, that kind of thing. There are two things to bear in mind. The one is that everything happens outdoors. From beginning to end, everything is outdoors. And generally speaking, our clients are self-drive clients. So they arrive in their own vehicle as a family group or a couple or whatever, and then the whole experience takes place outdoors. So in effect, it's an incredibly low risk kind of activity from the point of view of COVID. You're not in a confined space. You're not close to other people. You're with your own family or your partner or whatever it may be. So the great thing about that is that the experience that you have isn't materially changed. The trips we offer are very much the same as we've always offered, which is nice in this day and age where you're always having to wear a mask and wash your hands and fill in a form and, you know, all those kinds of irritating things that we all know are necessary, but they're still great on people. It's just amazing to be able to get out in nature and just be yourself. And I think that's the most important kind of takeaway in terms of what our company offers.
It really puts a traveler's mind at ease when they know they can be themselves and they can go out there and have fun without having to worry, will I contract this? Will this happen? What is the next person's reaction going to be when I come with my family, you know? So that is really amazing.
The other thing with adventure is that risk management is an sort of intrinsic part of how we run all our trips already. You know, we already are completely used to dealing with sort of thinking about risk and mitigating risk and how you handle it. So it's already part of how we run our businesses. So to be able to sort of integrate those COVID requirements for most adventure operators is pretty straightforward. We already have procedures in place, and whether it be sanitizing our equipment after each trip, half the time we were doing that anyway. Maybe now we're going to add a little tweak to it to make it a little bit more sort of COVID friendly, but the procedures and the kind of protocols have always been in place in terms of safety management. So adventure tourism is a surprisingly good fit with the new COVID requirements, because we've been running our businesses like that anyway.
That's fantastic. That's very good. That's very nice. It brings me to my last question, Marie-Louise. If you could give a piece of advice to travelers, what would that be?
My advice would be to just do it, you know, to steal Nike's slogan. Just get outside, come and do it. You won't regret it. You will feel like a new person after you've gotten out into the outdoors, done something exciting, maybe pushed your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe you just want to do something sort of more relaxed, but just do it.